Welcome to 180. We are going to cover the Capitol and how to talk about it with your kids. Last week, we obviously had a major problem in the Capitol with some people taking it over. Something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime, but it happened. So, what do we do? First, we have to process that individually. We have to figure out, what do we think about the situation? Next, kids, how do we talk about it with them? Number one, your kid will probably come to you if they're outspoken. But if you have that non-outspoken kid, number two, ask them questions. Ask them questions like, what did you hear about the Capitol? How does that make you feel? Mainly the one thing we want to get across is that our kids will feel safe. And this is great for any type of crisis situation. You take the situation, see how it applied, and then make your kids feel safe. In this one, a great way would be to simply say, you know what? These people were meaning to go to the Capitol. Most likely, if people aren't meaning to come to your school, meaning to go to your sports functions, you probably won't see this happen to you anytime soon, okay? So, great. Number three, what is another thing we can do? Fact check. Where are your kids getting their facts? Most of them are getting it from their friends. If they're younger, it's friends, and you know where their friends heard it? From their parents, and you know where your kid hears it? From you. So that's where they're hearing the facts. So maybe it's getting on the internet, showing your kid pictures, showing your kid what really happened, okay? Using reliable sources. Make sure the kids, as they get a little older and preteen, then they're dealing with social media stuff where, you know what, people are posting their opinions. So then it's having a conversation with your kids about, you know what, these are someone's opinions on this thing, but what are the real facts of what happened, okay? Also help them to understand everyone is not crazy like the people that went into the Capitol building. Most people don't do that. That's a very small percentage of people that decided they would do that. Now, another one as you get older kids is different angles. For instance, if they're using social media, they have some friends that maybe this is, they might say, hey, mom or dad, how come this was treated differently than the Black Lives Matter movement when they did some protests? How come these were treated different? This is a great opportunity to open up a conversation about treating everybody the same. James chapter 2, look at that story about how treating rich and poor the same is important. James chapter 2 verse 8 talks about loving our neighbors as ourselves. Another great thing for them you talk to your kids about is, hey, if this really bothers you, what can you do about it? Is there something you can do? Could you write a letter? Could you make sure that you act differently than the people who went into the Capitol? Can you make sure that you never would do something like that? That's very important. Maybe also look for the positives, okay? Talk about, hey, the lawmakers got together later that evening and completed the task at hand. That was our 180 for today. There's some links below. Hope you enjoy. If you got any questions, email, and I'll talk to you.